Are you ready to get your handicap cut? Are you desperately trying to get to break 80, break 90, break 100? Here's my top 5 things you need to be thinking about if you want to make sure that you're super competitive and ready to play your best golf next time you're out on the golf course. So number 1 is you need to be able to stay calm and you need to be able to think. Golf's going to throw a lot of curveballs at you, like frequently, and you need to be able to stay calm, stay on a plan. You know, I've got a wedge into a green here, for instance. It gets narrower at the back. You know, I'm going to try and throw this one really close because I'm not calm and I'm trying to push, and then I miss the green. There's not really much of an up and down because it's so narrow at the back, and now I'm just getting more angry and making more bad decisions. You need to be able to stay calm. You need to be able to keep thinking, processing. Think about your emotions in your car. You know, when you get a bit flustered, let's say you've had a bit of a knock and you're a bit shaky, can't think straight. You need to not have car crashes. Stay calm, stay thinking, stay competing. That's a nice, safe one. You're going to need to be able to accept setbacks. You're going to have to be able to take them on board and just expect them to come. A free putt here, a bad bounce here, a good shot doesn't end up where you think, a day of practicing and then you go and play the next day and you play worse. You have to expect setbacks. If you don't, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to fall out of love with competing. You're going to just really kind of implode internally. Golf wins, unfortunately. It wins the best player in the world, Tiger Woods, best player arguably that's ever lived, but that's a different video and debate. Success rate, 22%. That's his win rate. 22%, he's the best by a mile. We're gonna lose. Setbacks happen. Which then leads me on to my next point, if you wanna get good at competing, is how do you deal with those setbacks? They're gonna happen, but making them allow you to become a stronger golfer, a better player, practice smarter, work it out in a cleverer way. And that leads on to the next point. It's the disappointments are going to happen. How you inspire yourself to not have more disappointments, how you use the disappointment to allow you to get better, to understand how to improve your game is just massive. And owning those disappointments. I see so often people not owning the bad days. There's excuses, there's things that made it happen that maybe are not real, that they kind of put in their head. Making sure that you have those bad days and turn them into as much as you can. A positive is often what defines the more successful to the non-successful people who are permanently in a state of that wasn't fair. Golf's going to have a lot of not fairness to it. Let's accept that and get out there and try and beat it as much as we can, in knowing that we are going to have those setbacks. You've got to believe in your ability. You've got to believe that you can achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve. You've got to not only take ownership of the disasters that you have, you've got to take ownership of the successes as well. So you need to be prepared to celebrate the wins and tell people that you've done well, but then also own up to the bad ones. But the belief has to be in there, because if it isn't, again, golf is going to grind. It's going to make it unenjoyable, and that's an issue. And again, where people can fall out. So you've got to believe. The other thing with believing as well in your abilities is, hopefully, if you build your beliefs around some realistic ideas of what you can achieve, you'll be able to accept the bad ones. So I've got a 70-yard pitch here, and I know my kind of average is proximity to the hole. So I know when I've hit a good one and a bad one, and I know my proximity is subject to the scores I want to hit. I believe I can improve it, and I believe that it's in a place that allows me to play to the ability I want to play to. So I have this real belief built around some proper ideas to make sure that I'm always controlling these horrible emotions out here. And the last point, the most important point in my opinion, is you've got to enjoy the challenge of what you're trying to achieve. Break 90, break 80, get on tour, play your lowest. You've got to really enjoy it. As soon as that enjoyment goes, there are other things you can do on the golf course for enjoyment. You can play with people that you have a good chat with. You can do it just for the exercise. You can go traveling like I do to try and get and see the world as much as you can around golf. It's finding the enjoyment, and if it's lighting your lemon is really playing your lowest, competing, being the best player you can, then keep riding that wave and enjoying it. As soon as it becomes unenjoyable, you're going to find you're going to fall out of love with golf. And that's a sad thing, because there's so many benefits to playing this great game. Make sure that you keep the enjoyment in there, and for lots of you, if lowering those scores, getting those swings better, really improving is it, keep going for it. You can do it. Just make sure you are competitive ready. Hope this video helps. Any tips I've missed, let me know in those comments down below. Let's get breaking those scores, golfers.